Okay, this is just me rambling about my chess theory. And for those of you who do play chess, or have played chess with me, you know that I prefer to do the Kali opening. Because as white, the opening move of d4, followed by, say, black doing a King's Indian, would be g6, followed by a fianchetto, and then white would just continue to develop in a spear-like fashion, because why? White goes first and develops tempo. Once tempo is developed, then we can move closer into endgame. But black's main priority is because he's always one step behind, just like evil. Okay, he's always one step behind, so the devil wants to defend and barricade. The queen wants to protect that king for longer. So if black can take the white king or the white queen early on, typically the white queen comes out early on. If black can overpower that, log on for more info of YouTube. If you guys are on my YouTube and not my Instagram, you're getting a sneak peek. But anyway, so my theory is this. If you're playing white, and always set up your chessboard correctly, white on the right, the opening I'd like to think of is known as the tip of the spear opening. This is my opening that I'm going to patent. I can start my V out in any which way because this makes what's known as a pawn chain. This is actually, I'm missing a piece, so I'm using a lighter as a pawn. But anyway, this is very hard to break. The only way you can break this is from the bottom up, to break this spear. Now, if black can use their intellect, this is how black wins every time. If you can sit back and use your time and think and find that chink in white's armor, because white almost always will come out hard, because why? They go first. They found a chink in the armor just by going first. Chess is a battle of minds, okay? Chess is a battle of minds, that's all. So if white goes first and does some silly bullshit like this, which my lovely wife, oh my God, that woman is unbelievably gifted. She used to make silly moves on purpose just to catch me off guard, and she caught me in a checkmate in 4 moves one time. And I'm a guy who's playing chess like a year solid. She's never played since a kid. She's very gifted. She's left-handed. Her left brain is very, very strongly developed. And that's because in chess, it's all mathematics, odds, and logic. And if you can say, hey, if I do this, their best move will be what? Well, it's early on right now, so their move might, typically, if they're playing as black, they're going to open on a flank, usually, or they're going to open up one to open up a bishop or something like that, chap. They're going to open up from the side. Isn't that nice? They just kind of, or they'll do something with their knights, their jumpers, which are lovely pieces to have in the endgame. Bobby Fischer didn't care for them. Me, I think it's all boils down to what happens during the beginning, middle, and endgame. Do you have your king in a good position? Is your king able to attack? Was he injured early on? Your king only gets injured by his other pieces not being there for him. Now you have to have give and take. If you're going to lose a piece, try to get in better position. Try to get your queen in the middle, but defended. Something like that. I can't tell you exactly what it is because there's more possible games of chess in this world. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's more possible games of chess than there are grains of sand in the world. That's what I wanted to say, but I just was computating. So knowing this, and then when you go to castle, if you decide to castle, I always typically played it like this. I love to do this early on. I said, I love to take your castling rights. I almost always would sacrifice one of my knights just to let that motherfucker not be able to castle. And I would do this. I would get him like this, but I would have it to where this is, it's something like that. My goal would be to something look similar, but not that, if you can see it. It's quite dark in here, I know, but I'm sorry. I'll do this with a better chess mat. But mainly I was just talking to more advanced players that don't need my my knowledge to go down to the beginner level, because this is for much more advanced players. This is chess theory. This is beyond chess 101, 102, 104, 105. you know, you've learned all the openings, you've learned all the mid, you know about Valencia's mate, you know about the entombed king mate, you know about all those things. When you understand chess at a fundamental level, however, and you think of your each and every move and your opponent's move, the only way you can know your opponent's move is when they move. But luckily, it's chess. You have time to think. They did that. They could be doing this. What am I going to do to prevent them from doing this? Prophylaxis is a beautiful, beautiful word and a beautiful thing. It's just a preventative move. If I don't want them to use their queen, okay, all right. If I get my bishop here and protect it with my knight, it's up to them to decide, am I going to sacrifice my queen or risk my queen? They're being pretty bold right now. What am I going to do over here? They're gonna focus all their energy on maybe one side of the board. Meanwhile, you can do something like, I'll just bring my rook out here and I won't move it for 2 moves and then they'll forget about it maybe. I'll confuse you. I'll confuse the bejesus out of you. Meanwhile, I'm spinning a web like Bobby Fischer did. He came in like an anaconda, and I will choke them with their own intellect. Because all I do is play chess all day. It's what I loved. And because I've never seen any last one of them. He played against all the Russian people back in the nuclear arms race. The weight of the world was on that man's shoulders, and he had the nerve to show up 7 seconds until the game was going to start. People were sweating. The Russians were so confused. They had no idea who this guy was. No idea. He came out of nowhere. Bobby Fischer. And he blew them all away. He made them piss themselves. Because they couldn't beat him at chess. He was too good. He was like a computer or something. A supercomputer, if you will. But this mainly, I made this video as a gift to my wife. Because she has beat my ass at chess, I don't know how many times, fair and square. And I got so mad sometimes that I would throw temper tantrums. I'm just like flabbergasted, honestly. It's very impressive to me is all. But I can use this as a tool to teach others as well. So enjoy this, guys. Share it if you'd like. This is free knowledge that I'm just giving out. This is just chess theory. I hope it helps you. Hope it helps elucidate some theories. I have much, much, much more I'd like to do. I'd like to write a book. But as of right now, this is what I have, this video. So thank you guys, and see ya on the board. Bye-bye.